Trauma matters to child welfare. Child welfare, we deal with new assessments of child abuse and neglect and allegations of abuse and neglect on vulnerable adults, as well as helping young people transition into adulthood. So trauma can take on various forms in all of those different programs.
Trauma makes a huge impact on youth. It changed their whole life. It never goes away. It's always inside of us. With trauma, we could really balance it and hide it and really never talk about it. So then when you triggered, you like, oh wow, I didn't even realize that was a trigger for me.
Trauma looks different for every person, and the way it impacts every person is different. So there's not one type of profile.
Trauma is a life experience that is so difficult to bear. Usually it's because there's something about the incident that occurred that the person just can't quite sort out or somehow feels responsible for. So the weight of their emotional reaction to the trauma is often overwhelming. Trauma-informed care means that you are acutely aware that people's everyday functioning has a lot to do with their life experiences. And if they've been through something really difficult or traumatic, that's going to have an impact on what they're presenting to you and needing services.
Being genuine, being open to information, being non-judgmental, and really just being a good listener, asking open-ended questions, being willing to take the time to hear that person's story, changing that question from what's wrong with you to what happened to you, and recognizing that people do things for a reason.
Sometimes we just want to talk about our experience just to get it out and to validate our feelings. Like we don't want the pity party, but we don't want to be shut down either. So we have to just find that confidence in them. And once we tap into the confidence, then they'll be able to see, I am resilient, I can do this, I'm not a victim, I am going to be okay. It helps them be able to open up to you and feel that compassion and things, because we don't want to open up to somebody that is not going to be able to understand what we're saying or to judge us. But then once I got educated on trauma, I'm like, I need to share my story. I need to talk more. And I was able to talk to people, and they was able to help me realize things correctly, and I was able to gain tools to really work through it and be strong and resilient.
We can really make huge progress in how we treat each other, how we understand why that matters so much. We should set as a goal that any opportunity to avoid traumatic experiences, reduce traumatic experiences, or reduce the traumatic effect of those experiences, we have an obligation to do that.
Being trauma-informed helps everybody live a better life. We all know that all of our systems play together, feed off each other, and so if we're all able to be more trauma-informed, it really helps all of our communities and neighborhoods function better. Trauma-informed care matters because the more we're educated on trauma, the better we help each other and help ourselves and help our community.
Trauma matters to child welfare.
Everyone we meet can make a difference.
You are part of the solution.